Hello, I'm Alex. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about a situation with Uber Eats. The victim in question here is Randall Cooke. It's a really sad story. He was just trying to make ends meet and his life was cut short for seemingly nothing. It was just nonsense. But what I'll do is I'll go to the beginning, go to the end, and give some of my commentary along the way. So let's get started. It's April 19th, 2023, and we have Randall Cooke. He's living with his wife and stepdaughter in Pasco County in Holiday, Florida. He is a devoted husband to his wife, Kathy. For 11 years, he's been described as having a heart of gold and always taking life in stride. Nothing seemed to bother him. Of course, life always has its ups and downs, but he always seemed to be that kind of guy that would always see the bright side of things and see the silver lining. And just like most people, he was working for a living. He was working for DoorDash, Uber Eats, and probably other gig jobs as well. I'm not sure if any of you have delivered with these companies before. I have, and personally what you try to do is deliver en route to your home once you finish your shift. And Randall had this in mind, and while he was en route to his home, he had one last delivery to make. He was in contact with his wife by text and let her know that, hey, I will be home right after I'm finished. This last delivery, unfortunately, was the worst of luck that he could possibly have had, because this order was made by someone by the name of Oscar Solis. Oscar Solis Sr., to be exact. He's the father of the junior of the same name that was living in a rented home. And the thing is about this guy, you can see him, he's pictured. He is affiliated with the MS-13 gang. Remember from some time back when Donald Trump was using this as a platform to talk about immigration? He was really stirring up a lot of news, and there was a reason for this. This gang is interested in violent activities, drug dealing, and certain illicit actions that are pretty horrifying.
¡Abra la puerta, pues!
Si ella no quiso pagar, lo primero que hacemos, le enviamos al esposo.
Randall Cooke thought he was just going to be making a simple delivery to this person's home. He did not know once he got there that he was going to be grabbed and pulled in to this home. There was footage that has actually been collected that I'll get to later on how that was acquired. And now Kathy, it's about 7:13. She's texting him because around when this delivery was made, it was a little bit before 7 p.m. that same day. She's waiting. She's not getting a response. Maybe she's thinking his phone, maybe the batteries ran out or he dropped something. Who knows? Things can happen. She starts to get very worried, and later that night she contacts the police because wouldn't you? And once the sheriff's office was contacted, which was really smart, they contacted Uber to get the last known GPS location of Randall. When you're delivering, like I said, I had delivered with them before. They have GPS coordinates that track your location so they know if you're delivering the food on time or not, and you're not just delivering it to just some random guy 10 blocks away. And the sheriff's office received the location as being on Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. They actually went over there and they knocked on the door. They didn't get an answer, unfortunately. So what they did is the very next day, they got there and the roommate answered the door. This guy, he was very kind of nervous about it because he knew that this guy, his roommate, Oscar Solis, there was something wrong with him. And this being April 20th, this roommate was very helpful. He ended up giving the footage that he had on his camera to the police. And when the investigators were reviewing that footage from the day before, they noticed that Randall Cooke was on there. He was walking to the door, and the transmission, the footage just stopped. The part about the footage stopping at this point, it's a little strange. Makes me think that maybe Solis or somebody else had hit the camera so then it wouldn't see what he was about to do to Randall. The roommate reported that the night of the incident, the night before, he was very weirded out by this Solis. He heard loud noises, some kind of commotion was going on, and when he looked later at his internet router, there was blood splatters on it. He was freaked out. So much so that he actually left the house and went to a hotel room. I mean, look at this guy. I mean, this guy, just to tell you a little bit about him, he came from Indiana, being in a prison in which he actually attacked an inmate while he was there too. He was a very, very violent individual. This guy wasn't about playing hopscotch with your neighbor's kid. This guy was a stone cold killer. What kind of pre-screening rental application did this Oscar fill out? What about the part on there where it says, "Are you a violent criminal? Did you do this?" I would like to know what that was, because if I saw this guy moving in and I knew that he was coming from prison in which he had done a lot of violent crimes, I would have hightailed it out of there in a second. Forget it. And the messed up thing is, this very same day, the roommate and perhaps other neighbors, they witnessed Oscar Solis with another unknown man carrying out trash bags to the side of the house. So you can't get any more suspicious than that. So this guy, he's just putting it all out there. And as you know, when you take trash outside, that is public domain, and the police know this. So what they did is they went to the trash, they opened it up, and unfortunately it was nothing good inside. Inside there were identifiable remains of a human, and in this case of Randall Cooke. Upon the police finding this, of course, they arrested Solis immediately. And then they searched the home and they found Randall's wedding ring, his keys, and when they went to look for his car, they noticed it was just a couple miles down the block. And when the investigators looked more into what actually happened, it was horrendous. They actually used the word demonic. It was a crime of passion. This guy was all crazy on Randall, and for seemingly no reason at all. They were doing the disgusting things, blood splatters everywhere, and for what? For nothing. This guy was trying to deliver some food, and this guy committed this atrocity. And with Solis in prison right now, he's awaiting sentencing, so we'll see what happens with that. I will give you an update when that actually happens. And my heart goes out to the family of Randall. It's really awful. It doesn't make any sense, any of it, and I really hope Kathy, she can really find some healing in her life after this, because this is really a traumatic experience. You have a loving husband, someone that she loved dearly. She referred to him as her soulmate. I've actually left the link to the GoFundMe page in the description of the video. So if you can, donate. I think it's really a great cause, because Kathy, I mean, she was just had everything taken from her. And I think this could really help her to kind of, take care of some of her business financially. So that's pretty much it for this video. I do appreciate you watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And there will be future videos to come for other stories related to crime and what's in the news. So until then, I will see you on the next video.